There's one stock in this group that looks expensive, one that looks cheap for a reason, and one that could surprise investors far more than the market expects. The dangerous part is that the strongest story is not always the strongest investment. Right now, some of these companies are delivering extraordinary growth while asking investors to pay extraordinary prices for it. Others have been punished so badly that the market may be pricing in a problem that never becomes as serious as feared. So today, Ticker Hawk is taking a clear side on each one. Buy, avoid, or wait for a better entry. And stay with me, because one of the most beaten down names here may have the best risk reward of the entire group. The first stock is CrowdStrike, ticker CRWD, and this is where the story gets complicated. Cybersecurity demand is strong, and the threat is getting more serious as artificial intelligence gives attackers new tools. Other cybersecurity companies have already reported strong growth, and businesses have only a limited window to prepare for AI-enabled attacks. CrowdStrike is one of the strongest platforms in the space, with its Falcon security system driving the long-term case. Revenue is expected to grow about 23% this year, while earnings are expected to rise roughly 32%. Those are excellent numbers. The problem is what you have to pay for them. CrowdStrike is trading around 40 times sales. At that price, management has to keep beating expectations. The stock has risen after 3 of the last 4 earnings reports, although it disappointed investors in the most recent quarter. The market is pricing in roughly a 6% move around earnings. The average analyst target is around 211, only about 11% above the current level, while some downside targets imply a much larger decline. My verdict is avoid for now. I still like cybersecurity as a long-term theme, and I would absolutely watch for a meaningful pullback in CrowdStrike. But buying a company at roughly 40 times sales, when the average analyst target offers only modest upside, leaves too little room for error. NVIDIA, ticker NVDA, has almost the opposite problem. The expectations are enormous, but the valuation has actually come down compared with where this stock has traded over the last year. NVIDIA is heading into another major earnings report with sales for the quarter expected to reach about $92 billion, representing roughly 96% growth. Earnings are expected to nearly double to around $29 a share. Those are numbers most companies could never produce, and NVIDIA is doing it at enormous scale. What makes the setup more interesting is the valuation. NVIDIA is trading around 20 times sales and roughly 24 times forward earnings, about a 25% discount to the valuation investors were giving the stock over the previous year. If the AI spending boom continues, the current valuation leaves more room for long-term upside. There is still a major risk. Expectations are so high that even a strong report can disappoint investors. The stock has fallen after every earnings report over the last year, although those declines were generally less than 3%. There is also a potential catalyst in China. H200 chips have reportedly started shipping there in small batches, giving NVIDIA another potential source of revenue in a huge market. Analysts see considerably more upside, with an average target around $300 and a high target of $425. My verdict is buy for the long term. I would not chase a huge one-day move, but compared with the growth NVIDIA is producing and the valuation it now carries, I think this is one of the better opportunities in the group. If AI infrastructure spending stays strong, I would rather own NVIDIA after a pullback than guess which smaller AI chip company will be the next winner. If you agree or disagree with that call, tell me in the comments. Would you buy NVIDIA at this valuation, or do you think the AI expectations are already too high? And if you want Ticker Hawk's take on stocks like this every week, subscribe so you don't miss it. Now let's move to Salesforce, ticker CRM, because this is where a cheap stock can still be dangerous. Salesforce is down about 22% this year, as investors worry that AI agents could eventually replace the traditional seat-based software model. The debate comes down to whether Agentforce can grow fast enough to offset pressure on the older business. Wall Street is expecting only about 10% to 11% sales growth for the quarter and the full year, which is not an especially high hurdle. The sell-off has also changed the valuation. Salesforce is trading around 4.5 times sales, well below the more than 6 times sales investors were willing to pay over the previous year. Analysts have started responding to that lower valuation. JP Morgan raised its target to $250, while the average one-year target is around $238, roughly 16% above the current price. But there are still bears targeting about $160. The stock has also been mixed around the last 4 earnings reports, rising after 2 and falling after 2. My verdict is avoid as a long-term position right now, even though I think the valuation is getting interesting. The problem is not that Salesforce is a bad business. Investors still need proof that Agentforce can become a major growth engine instead of simply replacing revenue, being pressured elsewhere. If earnings create a strong upside surprise, there could be a trade. But for a long-term investor, I want to see the AI transition show up clearly in the numbers before calling this a buy. The next name is Marvell Technology, ticker MRVL, and this one has a powerful AI story with a valuation problem of its own. Marvell recently announced a deal involving Google and its TPU chips, the specialized processors used for AI workloads. The agreement also gives Google's parent company the right to buy up to 12 billion of Marvell shares at $26 per share, which would represent about a 7% ownership position. That matters because Google has a direct economic interest in Marvell becoming a larger part of its custom chip supply chain. Broadcom, ticker AVGO, took a major hit after concerns that it could lose some of that business. Broadcom shares dropped about 12% in 1 week, wiping roughly $230 billion from its market value. Marvell, meanwhile, is expected to report about 35% sales growth for the quarter and 40% growth for the full year, with earnings expected to rise about 42% this year to roughly $4.50 a share. But here's the part I don't like. Marvell is trading around 23 times sales. Last July, investors were paying closer to 10 times sales. The company has done a good job beating expectations, with the stock rising after 3 of the last 4 earnings reports, including an 18% jump after the fourth quarter report. Options are pricing in about an 8% move around earnings, and the average analyst target of roughly 280 is only about 11% higher. The low target, V, implies a 28% drop. My verdict is avoid chasing Marvell here. I like the business and the custom AI chip opportunity, but the stock has tripled in about 8 months. If Marvell pulls back meaningfully, I would become much more interested. Right now, I would rather let the company prove the next leg of growth than pay today's premium and hope expectations keep rising. Now let's talk about Reddit, ticker RDDT, because this one has a different kind of catalyst. Reddit jumped about 28% after the announcement that it would be added to the S&P 500, then gave back roughly 15% as the initial excitement faded. Index inclusion can create real buying pressure because ETFs tracking the S&P 500 have to purchase shares. JP Morgan estimated that this could mean roughly 16.7 million additional shares being bought, equal to about 8% of the shares outstanding. But the index inclusion is not the only reason I am watching Reddit. There are 2 other potential catalysts. One is a settlement with Anthropic that could potentially produce a $1 billion payday. The other is a possible agreement with Google that would allow its search engine to train AI models. If either development lands favorably, Reddit could move quickly. My verdict is buy, but with a clear understanding that this is a higher risk growth position. The potential upside here points toward a $170 to $200 range if those catalysts develop positively. I would not treat that as guaranteed, but Reddit has more than just the S&P inclusion story behind it. If the next major announcement lands in its favor, the stock could move fast. If you already own it, this is one I would watch closely rather than panic over short-term volatility. The next stock is Tempus AI, ticker TM, and this one is moving for a very different reason. Tempus jumped about 26% in 1 week and was already up about 16% since mid-July. The recent move followed favorable phase 3 results involving a cancer vaccine developed by Moderna and Merck. Those results were seen as validating Tempus's recent $1.5 billion acquisition of Personalis and its focus on minimal residual disease and precision oncology. The bigger story is the data. Tempus has built a large clinical and genomic dataset that it is using with AI to improve diagnosis and develop more personalized treatments. That is a compelling long-term idea, but it is also the kind of story where investors can get carried away by headlines. My verdict is watch rather than buy aggressively after a 26% weekly jump. The underlying opportunity is interesting, but momentum can disappear just as quickly as it appears. I would rather see a better entry than chase a move that large. And if you have been following crypto-related stocks, you already know how quickly sentiment can change. Mara Holdings, ticker Mara, jumped about 30% in 1 week. Circle Internet Group, ticker CRCL, rose about 28%. Strategy, ticker MSTR, gained about 26%, while Coinbase, ticker Coin, climbed about 24%. Bitcoin and Ethereum also gained more than 20% during the same week. The broader move was connected to expectations around Treasury bond buying and concerns about the United States approaching $40 trillion in debt. But this is exactly where I would be careful. A 20% to 30% move in a week is not a reason to buy a stock. It is a reason to ask what has already been priced in. My verdict on the crypto-related names here is avoid chasing the spike. The momentum can continue, but the risk of buying after a huge move is much higher than buying after the market has cooled off. If you are bullish on crypto, that is one thing. Paying a much higher price simply because everyone is talking about it is another. One stock that deserves more attention after a disappointing reaction is Alibaba, ticker BABA. Alibaba dropped about 6% on its earnings report, although the weekly decline was less than 2%. The big concern was spending. The company is investing roughly $10 billion a quarter into AI models and cloud infrastructure, and that spending contributed to a 75% drop in profits from the prior year. That sounds terrible at first glance, but then you look underneath the headline. Alibaba's cloud services segment produced a 45% increase in revenue. The company is spending heavily, but at least part of that spending is helping create faster cloud growth. Alibaba's AI model, Qwen, is also positioned as one of the stronger Chinese AI models, with the broader trend showing US companies looking toward Chinese AI models as a way to manage costs. My verdict is buy on weakness. I would not pretend the profit decline is irrelevant, because it isn't. Heavy AI spending can hurt returns for a long time if revenue does not catch up. But after the sell-off, the risk-reward looks better to me. The setup points to a potential move back toward at least $150, and I think the combination of cloud growth, AI investment, and a lower share price makes this more interesting than it was before earnings. This is one of the contrarian buys I would put on the watch list. Cloudflare, TickerNet, is the stock I think investors could be underestimating in the AI agent transition. The stock gave back about 11% in the latest week, but remained up about 5% from the mid-June recommendation, and had gained roughly 41% this year. That pullback looks more like profit-taking after a strong run than a fundamental collapse. Cloudflare's opportunity is tied to AI agents. Its gateway can sit between an AI agent and the model it uses, helping companies route those requests efficiently. As businesses try to use AI agents while controlling costs, that position could become increasingly valuable. The company is expected to grow revenue by more than 30% this year to about $2.9 billion. Analysts have an average target around $343, representing roughly 23% upside, although the downside target is around $136. My verdict is buy on weakness. I would not chase Cloudflare after a big rally, but the recent pullback makes the setup more attractive. The growth is still strong, the AI agent opportunity is real, and the company is positioned in a part of the technology stack that could become more important as businesses deploy more AI. If the stock gives investors another opportunity to buy without the hype, I would take it more seriously than some of the higher-priced AI names. Supermicro Computer, ticker SMCI, remains a high-risk, high-reward stock. The company recently reported that an internal investigation found no evidence that senior management beyond people already indicted were involved in the chip smuggling operation involving NVIDIA chips going into China. The investigation identified a director and other employees and contractors, but no additional senior leadership. That does not eliminate every risk. SMCI has had management headaches, and the stock can be a brutal ride. But the valuation remains attractive enough to keep it on my radar. My verdict is buy only for investors who can handle extreme volatility. For a conservative investor, I would avoid it. For someone willing to accept the roller coaster in exchange for upside potential, the stock still has value. This is not a sleep-at-night position. It is a position you size carefully. SoFi Technologies, ticker SoFi, is more straightforward. The stock is up about 12% since being added back to the portfolio a few months ago, but it could still be a buy up to around $20 a share. My verdict is buy below that level if you believe the company's growth story continues. It is not the same kind of AI infrastructure bet as NVIDIA or Cloudflare, but the valuation and potential upside make it worth watching. I would be more interested in buying weakness than chasing a sudden rally. And finally, there is SoundHound AI, ticker Sound. This is the one I would treat with the most patience. The stock is down about 20% since being added back, after previously delivering a huge move from below $4 in February 2024 to just under $20 later on. The business has struggled in the market this year, but the most recent earnings report produced a strong stock reaction, suggesting investors still believe in the long-term growth story. With sales still growing more than 40% a year and profitability getting closer, my verdict is hold, not chase. If I had to choose just one stock from this entire group for a long-term portfolio, NVIDIA would be my pick. Not because it is the most exciting name, but because the numbers justify the excitement better than most alternatives. If I wanted the more contrarian opportunity, Alibaba would be near the top because the market is focusing heavily on the profit decline, while the cloud business is growing 45%. And if I wanted a cybersecurity name, I would wait for a better entry in CrowdStrike rather than paying roughly 40 times sales today. The bigger lesson is simple. Do not confuse a strong story with a good entry price. AI can transform industries and still produce terrible investments when investors pay too much. A stock can fall 20% and still be expensive. Another can fall 6% after earnings and suddenly become more interesting. The job is not to predict which headline will go viral next. The job is to find where growth, valuation, and catalysts line up better than the market expects. So which one would you buy today if you could choose only one? Nvidia, Alibaba, Cloudflare, Reddit, or SoFi? And which stock would you stay completely away from? Drop your answer in the comments. If this breakdown helped, you see the difference between a great company and a great price. Share it with someone trying to navigate this market without chasing every rally. Markets can change fast, and the next earnings report or major AI announcement could completely change the ranking. That is why the most interesting opportunities are often the ones nobody agrees on yet. Ticker Hawk will keep watching the numbers, valuations, and catalysts instead of simply following the crowd. If you want the next buy and avoid breakdown before the market moves again, subscribe and stay with us.